The finest.
Me, side fly, whole style stuck up. Used to talk to myself, I told him shut the fuck up.
Alright, what up people? Cody McClaine, 1/3 of the Verified, MC based out of Raleigh. Right now we are out here deep south, checking out Tuscon's album release party for Kill Switch 2. It's actually up for free download right now. So I didn't get a chance to peep all of it just yet, but I will as soon as possible. But it's gonna be a dope night tonight because we got a sick bill going on. We got most of Golden Air music is pretty much filling up the bill. We got C minor, we got Rome Clientele, we got the man himself, Chaundon, and then plus the man at our Tucson. So it's gonna be one crazy night. So I've been in Raleigh since '93. I moved out here from Staten Island, New York. That's where I was originally from. Okay. I've been involved in hip hop, starting from a fan standpoint ever since I'd say at least '88 or less, because that was what really got me by when my mom was in the hospital dealing with a thymectomy. You know, but it was probably one of the first successful thymectomies that I've ever known of. But during that time, just coping with her absence, hip hop was very helpful. But as an artist, I actually got involved at around '99 or so, due to some crazy misunderstandings and finding ways to channel my energy, as you will. But I didn't really start actually recording material until about 2002. And around that time, I was involved in a Raleigh-based group called Philosophy, but we ended up disbanding because life put us in completely different directions. Yeah. But now, since 2007, I've been involved with the Verified, who is a Los Angeles-based group. And that's because two of the members are from Los Angeles, so majority rules.
I ain't trying to be subliminal unless that's all you see. Until then, will we just talk?
Solid through the solitude, souls right on my soul to show anatomous soul that flows out of my scrolls as bigly through the big and wrap them in the rants. Many tell me recant them, but I can't. Got them lost through these Oscars, but that's what they get trying to frame it. Unsure when the shirts on my clench. Why do you obtain it as a third of that 23rd is thoroughly bonkers? Swerving on what's inferred from current imposters. I'm me for that line for another guy. Concord course.
We put out two great projects since. One's called Ichonchignon Butal, which is Korean from 2007, and one of my boys, we did a collective EP because he's a third of the Verified as well. We called it the 2/3 EP because one of our boys, Jay Bez, he had been on a hiatus. He had to get his personal life together, so we decided, hey, let's go ahead and just keep the music flowing, keep the consistency going while he's absent.
Coming on housewarming, well the journey is undeclared, but after these few years I surely will come prepared to scouting a catfish, for this is not some affair. As long as I recall, there's always been something there. Globetrot with the same bop, tame the perilous skies, exploring this strange knot that's overbearing inside. All I've known in a carry-on, heading to what I dreamed of, with a view of that map, eager with what it seems, leaving it all behind, expect a foreign exchange. Let me rewind myself, granting me more in exchange. Rock skipping with every layover endured, but seeing the point B is what makes going is pure. No end to the Boeing as deep board breaks forth this tension.
He's doing well, and hopefully we'll get this group EP off the ground. I kind of go by how my mood hits me. So for example, I'm in the middle of 3 maybe solo EPs. For the most part, I'm in the writing process for most of them. My last project was Late Blossom 2, The Personal Victories, and that can be found at theverified.bandcamp.com. That's the most recent project for me, actually. I used to produce, but it had been a long time since I produced any type of beat whatsoever. I know. I also do my fair share of mixing and mastering. I actually helped out with my boy J-Bez, obviously from the Verified. He had a collaborative mixtape with his boy AK, and it's called 10 Pounds. And he wanted my insight as far as audio goes. I didn't know as much then as I do now, but at least I was able to help him get that joint done within a 24-hour deadline that he needed to get it done. Big Daddy Kane, and mine is no exception to this rule. From a technical standpoint, Big Daddy Kane is probably the epitome of an MC in terms of how he's able to rhyme multiple syllables, and also as well as rhyme within rhyme. So from a technical standpoint, I go and say Kane. That's legendary status for me. When it comes to a storytelling guy point, I can always go to Slick Rick. He's always energetic. He's always engaging, and it always works out because he can paint that picture. And with him, you came up with then you can trace that to the likes of Ghostface, who's a great storyteller, and many more after him. And I think just as far as a raw essence goes, Nas. And the reason I say Nas is because, I mean, aside from that, he's on that borderline where he gets respect from the mainstream side of hip hop and even the underground side of hip hop. And I think a lot of people are really looking for that balance. I know we felt like he got shafted a lot in terms of a lot of the Grammys that he was nominated for that he should have won. Although he does have one, but it's not technically with his name on it. But it still doesn't take away from the legendary status that he has attained since Illmatic. Matter of fact, since Kicking It in the Grill when he was featured with MC Surgeon. Yeah, I like a lot of people around the area. I've been going to a lot of these shows over the past year and a half. And a lot of the cats that I really like have really just got the gist of who I am and we've grown acquainted. But if I could make a list, obviously Tucson, who we're celebrating tonight, Eternal the MC, of course, Ghost Dog from 1100 Hunters, Anderson Burris, who's always at the Cyphers on Monday representing Cypher University. We actually have a joint out. Well, we don't have a joint out actually. I'm still in the process of putting it together, but it's gonna come up pretty nasty. I'm trying to think of anybody else. C Minor, of course, Chaundon, definitely. Chaundon actually produced a cut for me called It's Like That. I recorded it. We collaborated as far as the video shoot, which happened last summer, and I was saying that was a great experience in itself. Samson, no doubt. Malls, Cesar Comanche, another mentor of mine. I actually had the opportunity earlier this month, March, to perform alongside Cesar Comanche at the B-Town Hip Hop Showcase in Burlington. You know what I'm saying? And for him to come to me directly, I felt like that was a true honor in itself. There's a lot more artists that I actually like out here, and some of them are actually collaborating with B Cannon. He's a name that you should definitely look out for. I'm probably going to be featured on his next project, and he's featured on Late Blossom 2 as well. I'm trying to think of this. There's a lot more. Fernando, definitely.
But at this mount, you saw me stick the previous. Bet that I'm making this count. Count on me compounding the calligraphy. Scratching nerves with chicken scratch heads, most are sick of me. Cause soon as I aerial the audible, you see how suspicious he is.